Huddle up, team. In today's video, we are going to show you the easiest way to become wealthy by using the power of compound interest.
Oh my gosh, this is so good, okay? And if you're in your 20s or 30s, please pay special attention.
That's right.
This is for you more than anybody, okay? But the power of compound interest can change your life, and it can make you wealthy beyond your wildest dreams, easier than almost anything, okay? So stick around and pay very close attention.
So we're going to start with a story. You got a story.
Oh, all right, a story. So here's two options I want to give you about getting wealthy, okay? First, you could accept 1 penny and have it doubled every day for 30 days, okay? So we'll give you a penny and we'll double it every day for 30 days. Or you can say, no, thank you, and accept instead $1 million cash right now. What's it going to be? $1 million cash right now, or take a penny and let it double every day for 30 days. What would you do?
Penny.
You would do a penny? Well, that's because you know the end of the story. Most people have got no concept on the power of compounding, which is doubling, right?
I couldn't believe it. Like, I know.
Mind-boggling, right?
Yeah.
We got no concept. So so let me show you. A penny a day doubled every day for 30 days is way more valuable than $1 million right now. Let me prove it to you, because you might not believe me. Look at this. Day 1, you got a penny, right? Day 2, it doubles, you got 2 cents. Day 3, it doubles, you got 4 cents. Day 4, it doubles, you got 8 cents. And are you bored yet? Like, this is going nowhere, right? After day 10, you have $5.12, and you're going, oh my gosh, this is awful.
Starbucks coffee.
Yeah, right? Finally, I can get a cup of coffee.
On day 5.
All right, but now you just keep going, and by day 20, look at this, $5,242.88. Still nowhere near the $1 million, and you're thinking, I should have taken the $1 million, okay? But don't give up. Keep going. This is Exponential Growth Curve, and you're not familiar with it. You really got no frame of reference for this. At day 25, you have 167,000. You're thinking, oh my gosh, the month is almost over. Seriously, I should have taken the $1 million. Nope. Look at this. Day 30, $5,368,709.12.
Wow.
Now imagine if the month had 31 days.
I know.
What if you could double it one more time? Now you got over $10 million. It's unbelievable, okay? The power of compound interest is a serious force to be reckoned with. The younger you start, the better you are, because you get to take advantage of it, okay? Don't settle for the $1 million now. Settle for the penny, doubling every day. For 30 days, you got over $5 million. $5 million. Okay, the power of compounding is real, and you need to take advantage of it. And if you're in your 20s or 30s, I'm talking to you, because you've got the most time ahead of you to leverage this, okay? This is right up your alley. If you wait, and I'm going to show you this, so stick around. If you wait, it's going to cost you a ridiculous amount of money, and you have no concept of the implications. So don't go anywhere. Watch this whole video. All right, so what else we got?
Well, the exponential.
Want to show what it looks like? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm adding this. The exponential growth curve. Now, here's the challenge, okay? This is math. And if math's not your thing, that's okay. It's not my bride's thing either. And we've had a lot of conversations about this, right? So learning how I can better express it to her so she can better understand it and appreciate it. Like, we've been talking about this. So the exponential growth curve. All right. The exponential growth curve starts low, and it's not much going on for a long time. You get a little bit of increase, a long time, and then later, woo, it takes off. Okay? Let's go back to this.
That's good.
Exponential growth curve. You don't have a frame of reference for this. What in your life has followed an exponential growth curve, which is the compounding interest effect?
Right.
Probably nothing, right? And so because you don't understand the power of this with enough time, most people don't pay attention to it. They ignore it. They neglect it. It's like, oh, I can make up for it. Oh, I got time. Oh, what? No, you don't.
Right. Not when it comes to money.
Right? Yeah. No, you don't. Okay. Now, here's what you do have experience with. You have experience with a logarithmic growth curve. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. We think the logarithmic growth curve is going to apply to money, and it doesn't. Mm-mm. But your logarithmic growth curve that you've experienced every time you started something new, every time you tried to learn a new skill, right? Do you have an example for this?
And you were successful with it. Learning piano.
Yeah.
Whatever the goal was in the very beginning, it was a lot of theory. I had a book to finish. I finished the book, and then I was excited to go to the next thing, which was more theory, and then just the simple one hand and then left hand. And then, but I kept doing those little things. And I would keep going because I was successful. I finished it.
Right. So yeah, that applies to every area of your life. I mean, you've learned a new skill, right? I played the saxophone. And I remember learning, like trying to figure out how to blow on that mouthpiece and make a decent noise so it doesn't sound like a dying duck or whatever, right? But it came quickly, like the logarithmic growth curve. It comes quickly, right? The slope is completely different. Right. You get good fast. Correct. You get results quickly. And it messes with our minds because the compounding effect is opposite, right? Look at this.
When it comes to money. Huh.
See the arch early, like you get big gains early. But see this exponential, nothing for a long time, and then woo, it takes off, okay? That's a problem because we don't know how to deal with this, right? All right? But I don't care what it is. If it's learning a sport, if it's learning how to play a game, if it's learning a skill, everything that you've done in your life is logarithmic growth curve, and the exponential growth curve, not so much. So you gotta understand this, and we're going to show you this so you get the power of the impact of compound interest, because it can, I'm telling you, if you're in your 20s and 30s, this will change your life, and it'll not just change your life, it'll change the lives of all of your generations that come after you. It's not just about you, it's about your whole family legacy, right? All right, so where are we at now?
Yeah, the verse about, the Proverbs, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children.
This is how you're going to be able to do that. All right, that's awesome. Okay, so let's take a look now at, are we on to this?
Yeah, the next.
Compound interest equals exponential growth. All right, the exponential growth curve, there's three major variables, okay? You've got time, you've got your amount of money, and you've got your rate of return. Now, the two variables that you can control really are the amount of money. That's your savings rate, okay? That's how much money can you contribute on a monthly basis.
That's correct.
Right? So if you make, let's say you make, in your family, you make $100,000 a year. It's about $8,000 a month, right? So if you could save 10% of that, that'd be like $800 a month, right? Now, these numbers are just general numbers, okay? We want to make them specific to you. And don't settle for a 10% savings rate. Go for a 25% savings rate. Like, it depends on what your goals are. What do you want out of life, okay? But I'm just using some general numbers to make this simple. So the amount of money you can save every month is key. You want to maximize that. Then it's how much time have you got to let that go to work for you? And then it's rate of return, okay? Now, what do you think of those three variables? Which one do you think is the most important? Time. And what does everybody chase?
The rate of return.
The rate of return. Everything. And we are suckers. We are so jacked up on this. We're chasing the rate of return.
Right, trying to control it, and you simply because you get concerned. I don't want to use the worry word, but about what's happening to your money.
Yeah. Now, is rate of return important? Does it have
Yes,
an
it
impact? Does it have an influence? Of
Sure
course
does.
it does.
Yeah.
But a rate of return means nothing if you don't have any money saved,
Yeah.
right? And it means nothing if you don't have any time for it to work, okay? So your biggest impact on your wealth accumulation, I'm not kidding, is time. And I'm going to show you in a minute, so don't go anywhere. Time is number one. Your monthly contributions is number two. Your rate of return is number three. It's last. It's the least significant, okay?
Bring up that.
I wish I was on full lens here the whole time, but I'm going to go over that again. Number one variable that's the biggest impact for you is time. If you're in 20s and 30s, I'm talking to you.
What's the phrase? It's the most non-renewable.
Time is your most precious, most valuable, non-renewable resource.
Right.
Right.
You know, we say that all the time, but it is true. Non-renewable.
We don't appreciate it, but that's yours. It's your most valuable non-renewable resource is time. Don't squander it, please. It's so valuable. So time, the money that you can put away every month, and then the rate of return. Okay? So we got that, right? Have we got that? Exponential growth curve, right? Time, money, rate of return. Okay. So let's move on now and look at the example.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is, folks. Compound interest is your exponential growth curve, okay? Now, if you're 25 and your goal is to be financially free at age 65 because you plan on working for the next 40 years, right? Then here's our example. If you put 10% away, 15%, depends on your income, right? But let's say that you are contributing, let's say you're contributing $750 a month, okay? That might be 10% for you, might be 15, might be 20. I don't know. But I'm just doing an example, okay? And if you want a personalized example, then reach out to us and we'll help you with this, okay? But if you're 25 and you start putting $750 a month away and you make that a priority for the rest of your life, okay, for 40 years, and we put it in a place where you can average an 8% rate of return, okay, look what happens. You have $2.447 million. You're a multimillionaire. Now, how easy was that? All you had to do was start when you're 25 and put $750 a month away and just get a decent rate of return, 8% over the 40 years, and you have almost $2.5 million. $2.5 million. That's all right. That'll let you retire, okay, with $100,000 a year salary for the rest of your life, and you don't have to worry about money. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? That'd be all right, wouldn't it? Okay? Now, if it's not all right, if you want more, cool, we just put more money away, okay? But the point here is start early, start saving a little bit of money. Now, why is that so important?
You start 10 years later.
If you wait
right.
10 years, okay, let's say
35.
It's like, man, I'm in my 20s, I want to party, I want to blow my money on experiences and fun stuff and whatever. Oh, yeah, cool.
Just choosing to not save, right?
Yeah, but that's going to so cost you in the end. You have no concept of how much it's going to cost you.
Right.
Look at this. Age 35 to age 60. Now you just knocked off 10 years. And you might think to yourself, 10 years, $750 a month, no big deal, right? It's only 90 grand that I didn't put away. It's only 90 grand. I can make up for it, right? Right. Probably not. From that 30 years, okay, dropping the 10 off, now you only got 30 years left to save $750 a month. At the same 8% rate of return, you'll end up with $1 million. Just over $1 million. Do you see that? $1,070,757. So the question is, was the 10 years worth the difference? Right? Waiting 10 years costs you almost $1.4 million. That $90,000 that you didn't save in your early years, that $90,000 costs you $1.4 million.
Wow. Yeah.
I am not kidding you. This is math, okay? You just run the numbers. That's how this works. This is why it's so important that you get started early. Now, oh my gosh, imagine if you wait until you're 45. If you wait until you're 45, now you only have 20 years to age 65, okay? $750 a month, 8% return, you end up with $432,000. Ugh.
I know.
Ugh. You can't afford to wait so long. But that's what happens. We do that.
Right.
Because we don't appreciate the power of compound interest. Right. I'm telling you, it's like the most powerful force probably gonna ever in your financial life.
Time.
Yeah.
The time.
Waiting those 20 years, okay, that's 180 grand of your contributions, right? No, it's $2 million on the back end. How are you going to make up $2 million on the back end, right? Now look at this. Let's say you're 45 and stuff happens. I get it, okay? Life happens, stuff happens, whatever. And now you're 45 and it's like, holy crap, like I don't have any money saved for retirement. We need to get on this. To reach the same goal of like almost $2.5 million, the number is you got to save $4,240 a month. So you tell me, is it easier for a 25-year-old to start saving $750 a month? Or is it easier for a 45-year-old to save over $4,200 a month? Yeah, I think it's easier for a 25-year-old to save $750. The longer you put this off, right, you lose all the benefits of time and the compounding effect of money, and you can't catch up. Now, if that's you, or maybe it's your parents or whatever, right? It's not the end of the world. It just means you got to play a different game, right? We can't play the long accumulation game and the consistent saving a little bit of money every month game. You got to play a different game so that you can position yourself for recurring revenue in your later years. And
you still can do that.
Yeah. It's just changing the game.
Right.
There's options, okay? And if that's you, hit us up. Like, send us a note, reach out to us, comment, whatever, because there's other games to play. But most people are playing the long accumulation game where you're saving a little bit of money every month. The power is in the time.
Right.
That's number one. Don't be messing around with chasing the hottest stock or the hottest fund and trying to maximize your return. No, maximize your time and maximize the amount of money you can put away every month and get a good, decent rate of return, and it'll work out. The more return you can get, the better. Obviously, I'm not saying don't try to get a higher rate of return, but don't do it at the expense or at the risk of losing your money. Right? Remember Warren Buffett's rules on investing. Rule number 1,
never lose money.
Never lose money. And rule number 2,
don't forget rule number 1.
That's right. The successful investors are maniacal. They are obsessed and crazy about not losing money. Because losing money sets you too far back. You slide all the way back down that growth curve. Okay? Don't do that. You can't have that happen to you. All right. I wanted this to be a short video. It's sort of short, but not exactly. But I hope this helps you. I want to encourage you. The power of compound interest can change your life and change your family's life, your genealogy for generations. So take advantage of it. If you want help with that, hit us up. Guys, we'd love to see you like, subscribe, leave a comment, reach out to us. We're here to help. We want you to take advantage of this information and put it to use in your life and change your life for good. Right? All right, let's go do this, because it doesn't matter how much you know. It matters what you do with what you know. And the difference is behavior. We got to change our behavior. So start investing money if you haven't yet. The sooner the better. All right, we'll see you.